Right, YouTube, it's Wow Sly out on an overnight in the woods, wild camp, stealth camp, tiny bit of bushcraft, usual bug out location on foot. As I said previously, I want to cut down on some kit and not depend on my trailer. It was nice to have it to carry the stuff. I always made sure I could carry it if the trailer or bike failed. The trailer and bike are fine. We're just on foot. Just carrying my jacket. Been walking for nearly an hour, so it's a bit warm now because it's turned out to be quite a nice day. I won't do much videoing because it does take your breath away. I've got full webbing on and the Bergen. Although I've got the hammock for tonight, I've still bought my British Army folding bed just in case I don't get on with the hammock or there's any problems there. Nice to have a backup. Once another hammock's successful, I'll just ditch the folding bed completely. Got quite a view from up here, sort of 360, apart from the hawthorn bushes in the way. There's the little woodland over there, ground saturated, as is everywhere in the UK at the moment. Got a water supply there, not sure if I'll drink it. Right, we'll get in there, drop the bags and get back to you. Wow, just made entry to the side of the woods and it's so bare. It gets more and more bare each time I come. See, we're still in February, but in the summer you can't walk through here at all. It's so dense you just can't walk through. So there goes my cover from the rain and any leaves to help break up the smoke from any fires. But lots of visibility, plenty of light. It does get dark in here, so I can set up there where sometimes I set up, or I can set up here where I normally set up. I think we'll go here because I normally come here. That's where the fire pit normally is. A couple of hoof marks. Something's been having a sniff around. A couple of leftover logs. Right, let's see. My Czech Army bivvy bag, bedroll, the wool blanket's massive, so I bought a thinner one to replace it. Because trying out the hammock tonight, I've got the new wool blanket and the Czech Army one. The Czech Army one's a beast, so I've been carrying that externally, just on the carabiner there. I'm going to try not to use it tonight, but I thought I'd best bring it along just in case. So there's a bit of weight there I didn't need, along with the, let's see if we can get my phone to stand up. Some of the bed. If I didn't have to bring the bed, that's a bit of weight I wouldn't need either. Again, I've got about 5 or 6 litres of water. Doesn't weigh a lot. And of course the webbing, which you probably can't see. And the 511 shirt, which so far has been great. Right, let's drop out this That's like I said before, my day bag, and then the pouches are my sleep system. I've got a sleeping bag in that rocket pouch, bivy bag, little wool blanket, and in that one I've got the hammock. So that's just a day bag. The extra stuff's obviously sleeping, and here's my extra water, 4 bottles of water, shovel, and like admin for in the tent overnight. So I don't really need that. I don't really need that. I just bought the bed as a backup. Flip it over. There you go. And then I've got my mini axe, my first aid kit, and my high vis in there, just in case I do need first aid, or I'm passing anyone that needs anything. Got my little axe with knives and screwdrivers on there. High vis, important for visibility to be seen, and the first aid kit. Right. Do the usual wander around, see if we've got any neighbours, anyone else up here today, before we set up camp. I can see down the bottom of the wood. Looks clear. Usual spot. There's the tree that came down and nearly hit me. There's the tree that was hit by lightning. Looks like another tree or two's come down. No, that's been there before, recognise it now. Lots of fungus growing all over it. And this is where people have been before, because there was that pot stand here a while ago. Still are a lot of deadwood standing up. Pot stands there have been knocked over. That wood's still there from months ago. That wood's been standing up for a long time. I think that's been dragged in though. I've recently come down from somewhere. Right, all clear. No one else here. Get back up, get our shelter up, because we can't trust the weather. We've got a bit of cloud at the moment, a bit of blue sky, but we can't be too sure. Shelter straight up just in case, and then we'll get a brew on the go and start collecting some firewood. Look at all this. Look at all this. Look at that. Dry, snapping. The hobo stove's going to love it tonight and tomorrow. Well, the bash is set up and the hammock set up. That's where the fire pit normally is, and I normally have a shelter just over there by the bottle of meths. So in the same vicinity. The wind's coming from that direction, so I've sort of got like an A-frame lean-to, where that side's pulled down a little bit more, sort of level with the bottom of the hammock, and this side's raised, so I've got a view. There's actually a badger set over there, so they're either going to come and eat my food for the night or chew on my toes. The hammock's up. Somewhere to sit, somewhere to sleep. Seems comfy enough. And I can just take advantage of this time of year, because it's nice and cool. And in the summer it's too hot. And you just can't relax. You're just sweating all the time. You can't do anything. It's too hot to cook, too hot to eat. And this time of year you're forced to drink hot drinks and eat hot food. You're forced to have a fire. And I prefer it. There's no mosquitoes. In the summer I get between 40 and 50 bites, I think, last time I camped here in the summer. So yeah, I prefer the cold seasons, so I can really enjoy a bit of stealth camping. In the summer it's just there's dog walkers, tourists, ramblers, walkers, geocachers, all sorts out and about. But this time of year, it's just me. It gets dark early, so less people are going to bother you, less hours of the day for people to bother you. Right, I best give you a little tour. I haven't put anything away yet. I just got out the brew kit and I thought I'd sit down, and then I didn't get up again. Right, there we go. There's home for tonight. The hammock's a few inches underneath the basher. Could do with a slightly bigger basher. I think it's long enough for me to sleep under, but the hammock, as I said, is about a foot or so longer. Either way, it's just longer at the top and bottom, but I need that length. Guide line coming down to the ground. On the far side, going down to the ground. Got that log in the middle, tied off halfway to the bottom, just to keep it pulling out this way a little bit. Same on the back, the sides. Guide line going down to that side on the ground, and then a guide line going from there down to the ground, and then they've got a bungee just holding it down, so I can pull that down if it does really rain hard. Obviously the wind's coming this way, I can pull that down if need be to close the gap. Just peg that to the ground. For now, it's giving me a little bit of space. Just need to get the gear under there now. Wind's changed well, not direction, but speed. It's getting a bit windier. And yeah, the clouds are getting darker, so we are going to get some rain tonight. It did say cloudy today and tomorrow. But clouds mean rain, don't they? And of course, with the temperatures dropping, it's 4 o'clock at the moment. I've just been chilling out on the hammock for a little while, just staring at stuff and listening to the birds. But I want to get a brew on the go now, get the coffee on the go, boil up some water. While it's boiling, I'm going to get everything unpacked underneath, because it's very untidy out here at the moment. And I should get a jacket on, because now I'm not moving around, I'm going to get cold. Right, very quickly, I went for a lean-to. I did want it down to the ground just to stop that wind coming underneath the shelter onto the hammock. So I've tied the centre one off to a branch. I'm going to try and adjust it out later, but I've got plenty of room. Water's just coming to a boil. Comes over the front, past the width. Again, the wind's coming from that direction. It doesn't often change up here. It always comes out from that direction. Smoke always comes away from the camp. So I should be able to, well, I'm going to be nice and low, very close to the fire tonight. Tightly protected from the wind, from the rain, and we should have a good night's sleep. Right, now I'm happy with the way the shelter's set up. Been gathering some logs. A couple of big ones there to cut down, and a big pile of sticks. I think I've got about an hour of daylight. It's 5 o'clock. It's getting a little bit darker now. But what I like about this wood is it's neglected. So there's a lot of standing deadwood, and I put all the deadwood in there and snap it out. I cut this ivory away a while ago, just to stop it from killing the tree. But I just cut a notch out of it today so I can get the logs in there and snap them. Saves sawing. Don't have to use energy if you don't need to. But look, there's a big standing tree there, it's dead. There's one over there. There's one right in front of me, and there's one there. Not to mention the big ones that are laying down. There's plenty of standing deadwood here. There's no need to cut anything down. Plus, if you cut it down, it's wet. It's going to spit all over you, smoke, and you just not really have a very good fire. Another nice bit over there. So I'm just having a walk around now. Just going to size it out there. See, if I had a takedown saw, that's probably the width of, well, Yeah, that's probably as big as my body. So there's a little bit there that's off the ground. You see it's rested on the other stuff, it's completely off the ground. Just one tiny little wet patch there. So I'll be taking that back and how dry that is. Always wear gloves. Always make sure all your tools are folded away and put away somewhere safe so you're not going to lose them or fall over and hurt yourself. Right. Now we'll get this one back. And I'm sure everyone knows what I mean, but I'll just show you. First of all, we'll make it a bit more manageable. I'm cutting it in half because it's quite long. There we go. Not sure if the camera picked that up. You get the idea of it. Just put it in there, snap it. I'm using a lot less energy than sawing it up, except for that big bit. I'll have to saw that. It's nice wood. It's not completely dry all the way through. It's snappable, but like the very inner core you have to twist, so it should burn nicely. If it's too dry, it just burns too quick. So should get a nice burn with these ones. Right, one more big log and I think we're done. Always get some later if need be. But the original plan tonight was to set up the basher just for storing kit, procuring wood, eating, sitting, so on. And I was going to use the tarp because I haven't been under the tarp for a while. I love tarp temping. Make up like a pyramid, lay on the ground in front of the fire. And that formation with a tarp, done like a pyramid like I used to do, it's fantastic. It just fills up, all the heat from a fire goes into it. But then I've been after a hammock for ages and contemplated making it for like over a year. And then I thought, well, the tarp I've got is big enough to make a hammock. I'll make a hammock and I'll sleep under the basher. So I was kind of disappointed in a way, because you know, the basher for someone my height, you know, isn't really that great. It's 2.5 by 3 meters. If I had a 3 by 3 or 4 by 4, it'd be fantastic. But it's just not quite big enough, especially if the weather does change tonight and we do get a lot of rain. It would be nice to have, you know, that for coverage, and then plenty of room to lay down, get all my kit under the, like in the tarp tent. But again, the perks of the basher, limited space for me and the kit, is you usually have a tarp for a hammock. I've then created more floor space so I can have stuff under me, as well as behind me between the basher, as it's a lean-to, and myself. So I've got plenty of space really, because I'm off the ground to the point that I can store gear underneath me. So I don't know, trial and error I suppose. We have to see. A lot of people, the main questions I get asked on Facebook, UK shit at the Fan Preppers and my YouTube channel is people saying, what shall I get? Shall I get a basher? Shall I get a tarp? Shall I get a hammock? Shall I get an inflatable mat? I said, it's different for everyone. Even yesterday or the day before I was telling someone, you know, it is a case of trial and error. You can't, it does help a lot to watch people and their videos and see what they're doing, but you can't decide solely by looking at the pictures. You really need to try it. Like the tent I bought, I thought the tent would be fantastic. Turned out it was crap. There's just enough room in there for me and my gear, but I like, you know, the view and sitting in front of the fire, and I miss that when I'm in the tent. Ooh, pheasants. I think there was pheasants here last time. Or in the terms of some people, free food. So yeah, if you are looking for advice and you're not sure, you know, which way to go, what do you want to sleep under, there's no do and don't, there's no right and wrong way. It is totally not so much trial and error, a lot of research. Look at, you know, what gear you've got, how much gear you've got, how tall you are, how much space do you want. That's why I like being on the floor in a tarp. I can really spread out and sleep like a starfish. I can roll around. I can get really, really comfy. In a hammock, you know, we'll find out tonight. And on the like the inflatable mat, the folded army bed I've got, I can only sleep like on my back or on my sides. But with a tarp on the floor, I can sleep my back diagonally, sides, spread my arms and legs. I can, you know, I roll about quite a lot when I'm asleep, and sleeping on the floor gives me the space to do that. So I'm going to see, it'd be interesting how I get on tonight in a hammock. What I should have done was bought some alcohol and just get so drunk I don't notice and fall asleep. But I think I'm just going to be relying on tiredness and naturally falling asleep. And again, it's going to get dark early. Not as early as it was last time I was out. Look at this. Quick release knots everywhere. Sticks, stop me from falling out. Right, I'm going to get on with this. Again, advice. Everyone knows it. When you think you've got enough wood, you haven't. Just keep going. Have a break. Don't think, right, I spent an hour. Don't give yourself half an hour or an hour to get wood. Just keep going until you've got loads. And then, like they always say, get some more. When you think you've got enough, you haven't. You can always leave it. It's better to leave it and not burn it than run out. So when you think you have got enough and you're sitting there going, right, that's stacked loads there, I've got all that there, I've got a pile over there. Keep going, stop, have a break, cigarette, read the paper, Facebook, have a cup of tea, and then just gather a little bit more, like a buffer zone. You know, better to be safe than sorry. It's better to take it and not need it than not take it and need it. And if you're wondering why I've gone to orange gloves, the Black Warrior ones I had were fantastic, but at night I kept losing them because it's stealth camp. I'm not lit up like a Christmas tree. Every time I go and put them on, I can't find them. So I saw these and thought, well, I need new ones. They're bright orange. I don't think I'll lose them. But if it is stealth and I do want to like be low cover and hide if anyone comes, I have to take them off and put them in my pocket. But the plus side is, touch wood, I shouldn't lose them. The amount of times they've been sort of next to me on the ground or in front of me, and I've spent 10 minutes looking for them in the dark. It's quite frustrating. Right, I'm going to go dig a hole now and get a fire pit ready. I might not cut up the long ones, I might use them as a heat reflector. We'll see. And I've still got to open up, because it's double skinned, the hammock. I've still got to open it up, and I want to put my wool blanket inside the two skins. I might put my sleeping bag over it, you know, because it opens up at the bottom. Like cocoon it in there, or I might just get in the sleeping bag. Lots of options, haven't decided yet. Right, here we go. It's not dark yet, it's getting that way. So we've got the fire ready. There's the wood for now, and I'll probably go and get a bit in a little while, just go have a tidy up. Solar stuff's out on charge. I've got 2 of those solar panels for my phone, and basically a garden light. You've seen it before, just to give me a bit of a light in the camp. I've got some battery glow sticks and a candle, 8-hour candle. So I'm going to tidy all this stuff away there and brew kit, get that near the shelter. And I've dug the fire pit out. I've got a small reflector, 4 logs. If you're doing a fire pit, keep your soil, don't spread it around. The helicopter. Keep your soil because you need this for tomorrow to cover it back over. You don't need to go crazy, massive hole. If you don't need a fire, don't have one. Just use a hobo stove or a folding wood firebox. You know, that will keep you warm. But I'm here for the night. I'm going to be cooking and all sorts in here, so that's about 1 foot by 1.5 foot. Don't need a big massive fire, that's enough to keep you warm all night. I've got a bed of sticks, a few on the side, and the back's built up so I can put my, what have I got tonight for fire lighting? Vaseline covered cotton wool ball. Put that in the middle, strike it, then I've got a handful of dry light stuff just to put on top, and it will just it will catch by itself, so I don't need to mess around trying to light a fire later. I can just put Vaseline cotton wool there, light it, and then put the sticks gently on top, and then tomorrow I can cover it back over and just put these aside or stand them up when I come back. I use my little axe to sharpen the end of them, put a spike on the sticks, and then I'll just push them in the ground. Because there's only one at the back, I've got one rested up on it, so I can sit in my hammock in front of the fire. Actually looking forward to it, but I'm not going to get my bedding out until later when I'm getting to bed, just to stop it from getting wet, dirty and covered in bugs. Don't need it, don't get it out. When you've used it, put it away. Yeah, I've got stuff out, but I'll be having a brew later. I've been using my knife, saw, an axe, and the solar stuff's on charge. Water I like to keep out, there's no point in putting it away. Used to have all the water lined up, and when I finished the bottle I'd put it on the other side, so I knew I'd empty and full. That way you can keep an eye on your water level and not sort of like get your water out your bag and go, oh, I'm running out. At least you can monitor it for the night if you do get it all out. I've seen a few people get it out, bottles, and line them all up. It's a good way of monitoring it. Got my EDC here. I need that because it's, like I said, it's got another phone charger in there, it's fully charged. And I got, what else do I need in there? I need out of there my little Swiss Army knife because the can opener in it. The can opener is brilliant. And I've got a tin of all day breakfast. Right, there's the Bergen with all the bedding in it. Bottle of mess, purely because I couldn't be bothered to fill up the little bottles I've got. Half of them already full. I normally just fill them up and bring them out, but I thought, sod it, let's just carry more weight. I only need literally about 1.5 inches of that. So I carried that for no reason. There's my clothing in a dry bag, waterproof compression sack. Got in there woolly hat, Northern Ireland gloves, a neck scarf, a jumper, and a fleece, which I'll be putting the jumper on soon. Layer up as it gets colder, don't put it all on one go. And that can lie around, I can kick that, it can get wet, it's waterproof, it's safe. And then sleep kit in there. Oh, spider, get away from it, you. See what I mean? Leave everything in bags, compression sacks sealed up so the bugs don't get in. Spare strap for the hammock. Glad I brought these. I was going to bring 2 and I ended up bringing 4 because I needed to extend it to get it under the basher. So luckily I had 2 straps so I could put 2 together and make one longer one. because again the hammock's about 4 inches longer than the actual basher. I could have done it on a diamond configuration, but I wanted the windbreak tonight. Got places to hang lights, got all the loops inside, a loop there. Advice as well, if you are sleeping so your head's this way, don't put a light above you for reading and seeing what you're doing. The bugs are attracted to it. Put your light on the other side. If you haven't got enough light to read, don't read. That way all the bugs go over there and stay away from you. Again, I'm probably teaching a lot of people, well, telling people a lot of stuff they don't need to know. They already know it. But again, I do get a lot of questions asked from people saying, oh, I want to do it, I want to go, or I'm putting a bag together. It's good, there's a lot of people putting bags together at the moment, so come on summer, should get a few people out. Talking of summer, don't forget the end of June. Got a little teepee there, sticks, just to stop me from tripping over and standing on the peg. End of June, we got the bug out weekend, UK shit at the fan scenario DX weekend. Link below for the Facebook group, it's organising it. Head to High Ground, bug out for the weekend. Take with you a CB or a PMR, and there's a timetable, and we're going to try and get as many bug out stations or camps linked together. Should be a good weekend. So yeah, there's more info on that on the Facebook group on the events tab. Plus there's a video about it as well on here. Just got to watch out because there's a house right the way over there, and where there's not a lot of coverage. I think from their balcony on the right they can see me, so that's why I've got the cover there so they can't see the fire. Should be right. Again, I'm not using that tonight, so that's safe there, and that's waterproof as well, and that's the wool blanket. That's why it's not under the camp, because if it does rain it's not going to get wet. It's safe to leave out like that. Right, I'm going to have a little tidy up, get my straps and pegs and anything I'm not using put away, and we'll come back to you later on, probably when it's dark. Right, it's getting chilly now, so I've got my thermal hat on, my fleece neck scarf, my jumper, if you can see any of this, and again it's very important to keep warm. Get a hot drink inside you, and start layering up. Again, if I put my jacket on now and my fleece and Northern Ireland gloves, when it does get cold later I won't have anything to put on. So just put little bits on now and then, keep the hot fluid coming in. I can't light my fire yet because it's stealth camping. People might see the smoke or the flames, so we have to be aware of that, obviously. Candles there. There you go. Look at that. I think that's fine. When it's total darkness and total pitch black, I mean, that lit up the small room at home, like the bathroom and so on. Went in, shut the door, turned the lights off. I've put tin foil at the back just to help reflect the light forward a bit more. And it's solar, so in theory I don't have to buy any lights, any more batteries, sorry. But we'll just have that there on standby. This is the one that's out of my bug out bag. I carried it from the admin department. Hand little light. Carry one in my EDC and one in the bug out bag. So that'll be going back in there. Glow sticks I normally use as markers. They've got the whistle bit. I normally just stab it into the ground where the guide ropes are. But I might use them in the shelter tonight. I've had this years. I modified it so you can see in the dark. The light doesn't reflect back on you, so you can read with it. You can walk with it. But if you sort of do that in the pitch black, it is quite overpowering. And of course they've got the little light. So I've got a red and a blue. I'll have them out on standby. It's time to get all the torches and lights out. The headlight is on my head. I Forgot about that. You probably saw that a minute ago. Just because it's getting dark now, and if I forget, I don't want to be looking for it later, fumbling around in the dark going, oh, where's my head torch? So put it on you now. You got any torches you want to carry in here, clip them to you, put them in your pocket before it gets dark. You don't want to be looking for them in the dark. Right, I don't need that bed. I brought it anyway just in case. I might not get in with a hammock and I might want to put it up later. That's really, as you can see now, it's getting a lot darker. There's camp. There's the hobo stove with the mess stove in it. Hobo stove acts as a pot stand and a windbreaker. So that's a 2-in-1 bit of kit there. And of course the hobo stove is a hobo stove. You can burn anything in there. Oh, anything that'll burn. Wood, rubbish, fingers. Might get a couple more logs just while I'm bobbing around. Waiting for the water to boil. Have an opportunity to grab some more, I suppose. Never hurts, does it? Again, you've got to keep on tidy. Got a pile of logs. First little kindling to go on, and then a pile of sticks, like bigger stuff, sort of the size of my wrist. And then that's for tonight. And if I do run out, last resort, I'll just burn the 4 I've got. It's quite like heat reflectors. You can use them as backup wood. So when you run out, you can just burn it. Shovel I'm keeping handy, keeping out. There's no point in putting it away. It's dirty. I'll leave it out for the night. Just stand it upright so I don't trip over it. So the camp's nice and tidy now. I've got a spare 10 minutes while the water's boiling. Got my gloves. Time to grab another log or two. Again, I'm not getting them from one area. I'm getting them from different locations each time because I don't want to sort of thin out one area and have none left in one area. Plus it would look uneven if all the standing deadwood was in one part of the wood. Another big one there. I'll have that one, I think. See if the head torch works. Didn't charge it up. It's been in the bag for months. Batteries probably are going to go flat in about an hour. But you know, I've got other lights and torches. Right, let's get this back and break it up. I just had a little bit of a tidy up. Again, while I was waiting for the coffee to boil. Still burning. And I'll show you with the light on. Ooh. There's my wood for tonight. It's too big to fit in a shot. See if I can move back a bit. Well, about a foot or so long. And that's about 3 foot wide pile easy. 3 foot wide, probably by 2 foot tall. Yeah, but I might get some more. Not forgetting what's already in there. That's to get it going, and then that's all for coals. By the time I feed all this on now, it burns quick, and I've got a nice bed of coals to cook on, and then the bed of coals will ignite this stuff. Quite chuffed with that. And I didn't saw any of it. Oh, I think I sawed one bit. Yeah, one bit was sawed. The rest was all snapped. Using the tree as a lever. Right, not sure if much of this is going to come out. It's a bit hard. That's don't know if you got any of that. I couldn't see the screen, so I think the camera picked it up. I'm not sure. Let's tone down the light a bit because it is so bright. Didn't actually have a whole load of tiny sticks. I should have had a big handful that I could just put on top, but most of the time I do just like building it up and feeding it by hand like that. Don't always like just chucking a big handful on there. Now I've got to be careful not to smother it. Don't want to put too many on. Just a few little ones. I think that's enough. Put these ones back in the pile. Small sticks. Let that catch. Put this away. And there with the fire kit. And that, all the fire kit stuff goes away. Got wipes in there, of course, you get dirty with fire. Now I'm going to sit back, turn the light off, and wait. No point playing with it, no point smothering it. The idea is to watch it. It's pretty much dark now. I can see the sort of glow of street lights from surrounding towns. So it's that dark. I can see the sky, the clouds lit up with the street lights right in there. I think it's Holt I'm looking at the moment in the distance. And I can see Bradford and Avon to my left. All the lights twinkling around. I'll show you later when it's completely dark and the camera gets it. Peter Marsbilly. Loads of people on the Peter Mar. We'll see some local kids can hear the boys in Swindon. And you could hear them saying, anyone there? Radio check please, radio check.
Yeah, it's XP Media Edition.
I fucking hate the call button.
That's two. I got all my chilies through the post.
Just hang that back up there. I think we'll turn the radio off whilst it's monitoring channel 8, PMR and 2 meters. Oh, I can hear an owl. Well, that's bright now. That's really bright. You probably can't, you can't see it, but it's just lit up all the reflector. There's 5 logs now. I put an extra one on it. Only a small one. But every little helps. That's taken up nicely though. Something to watch. Should just sit here in quiet and watch it and stare at it. You know, it kills a bit of time. It's good for the soul. But I thought I'd video it and share it with you. There's nothing to firelight in. People that think it's difficult, you just do that, sit back and watch it. It's natural things to burn. And that's burning well. There's probably enough on there to cook on when it dies down. but I want to have that entire fire pit full of ash, hot coals. So I've got all that there to burn. When that all dies down, I'll cook on that, and then I'll chuck all the logs on tonight, which are there. This gave me a bit of light too, actually. Got the glow stick in there, just gave me a bit of light, so I could actually see my hand. I might turn it off now, save the power now the fire's on. I want this to take up and start roaring, and then stop videoing. Hammock's just the right height to sit on. I was just sort of laying in it earlier. Put my feet on the floor either side. Now sitting upright. Oh, and I modified that. I put a stick from the ridgeline, which I've got to actually sort out so it doesn't poke through the basher. I put a notch in it, I think, actually now. Yeah, put a notch in it, I think, and it goes out to the loop just to pull it out a little bit, because it was sort of retracting in a little bit. So yeah, just to give me that extra few inches. But I might find a bigger stick actually, another 6 inches long, and pull the ridgeline out to about here, just to give me that little bit extra coverage if I need it tonight. But that's going well, isn't it? Look at that, that's lovely. So I could add to that, but I want it to spread outwards, sort of like in its own time. I can feel the heat from that already from back there. Yeah, it's pretty much hollow. Well, add a few small ones on there, because that's hollow. It's not going to die out, but I know how to put a few bits and pieces in it. Hopefully I've got plenty of wood tonight. I don't see me running out, but you never know. Also, you have a good reason I've got that size fire pit. Is again, you don't need a big one, stealthy. But yeah, if it does rain, I've got a baking tray. It's light, small, doesn't take up any room, and I can suspend a baking tray above that if it does chuck it down, so my fire won't be put out. I can sling a baking tray over the top of that. Alright, sit back down. The old comfy hammock. Yeah, she's away nicely. So if I face it 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock's behind me, the wind's blowing about 11 o'clock. So I think that's absolutely fantastic wind direction. Let's just change there to the 1 o'clock position. So the wind's coming straight from my back, going around the basher. But I did raise the basher off the floor about 6 inches just to give a bit of airflow into the fire. You can't see. Have a little wander and I'll show you what I've done. Because I've permanently got all the guide ropes. He probably did see actually earlier. Just had it pegged to the ground, all 4 eyelets, and I've just got the 2 on the corner, nothing in the middle. just to get it off the ground about 8 inches, so the air can go under. Yeah, I don't want the air on me, but I think I'll be alright tonight. Gonna get that wool blanket in the hammock. I just want the air to go under the basher into there. Got that's away nicely now. Smoke's blowing away from the camp. The wind's died down. It's just a gentle breeze now. So I think I'll be alright. I've got the British Army cotton sheet. My new fleece sleeping bag liner. The Czech Army wool blanket. And a little 2-season sleeping bag. So I think I'll be fine in there tonight. But we'll be getting it all out later. Just gonna find a bigger stick for this now, longer, and fork it at both ends so it doesn't slip off that ridge line. Come on, my back's warm. Right, it's 8 o'clock. Really chilled out, just laying here. Sort of not dozing off, but close to dozing off. Only the fire's dying out, and I can't be asked to go and put any wood on it. It means putting my boots on to do like that sort of distance. So I just leant over and grabbed my ground sheet, and I'm going to be lazy and roll this out so I don't actually have to look, nearly got in the fire, so I don't have to get my boots on. I can just roll out of bed onto the ground sheet, just got my jumper on, just got my jacket over my feet. Obviously my feet are getting a bit chilly, being exposed. I've got thermal socks in with the sleep system. I'll put them on when I go to sleep. So I just got Albany. I'm gonna lay this out here so I can just kneel on it. God, the ground is soft when I kneel on it. Put a few logs on and just get it back into my pit. If it rains, I can just scrunch it up, roll it back underneath me. But if I don't get any wood on here soon, I mean that's ready to cook on, but I can't be bothered to actually cook. I'm just gonna lay there, and if I fall asleep, I fall asleep. If I wake up hungry later, I'll eat. But yeah, I'm chilling, relaxing, making the most of it. I'm here all night. If I fall asleep and I don't eat, I don't eat. If I fall asleep and wake up hungry, I'll eat. But it's just so comfy. Ooh, there's an earwig in that one. I'll cook him. I'm not going to eat him though. Nice big one there. That'll do. If I put too much on, the flames will be too big. If I don't put enough on, it burns out quick. But I've got plenty of wood, so right, I'm gonna get back into the hammock. Got a little solar light there, which has gone off when I put my light on it. Got to cover the light on the phone. There we go, and it comes on, and that's lit up. Where's my phone? There. I'm trying to cover the flash on my phone so the solar light comes on. It lights everything up nicely. Of course, when the light comes on my phone, the solar light goes off. The radio hanging up just there. Right, I've got to stop talking and get back in my pit. That's quite comfy. Sitting out there. Oh yeah, I've opened up the. That's why I'm so comfy. I opened up the hammock and put in the wool blanket. The wool blanket's doubled over. So I'm basically laying on 2 wool blankets. It's the one out the Czech Army bedroll. So that's doubled over inside the hammock. Right, to get my feet wrapped back up. My jacket. My garter jacket there. Old and tatty. Right, I'm gonna get comfy and watch the fire. Although I do need to blow on it, but oh, there we go. There's a flame. Yay. Flames are coming. I don't have to get back out and blow on it. Smoke's just swirling around at the moment. The wind's picked up. It was howling about 10 minutes ago, but I've got no wind hitting me. I seem to have positioned the basher quite well. Proper cosy again tonight. Didn't get the thermometer out, left it in the bag. Well, I got it out earlier and put it back in, so I've no idea what the temperature is, but I do know it's cold out there. Right, I'm gonna go back to just laying here watching the fire in my homemade hammock. Right, little update. Got my laid out straight now. Got my coat over my feet. It's 11 o'clock, or 3 minutes to. Little solar light up there, lighting up inside of the shelter. Hammock's doing really well. Just got my phone on charge. With that, I'm gonna save the solar one for tomorrow, because I'm gonna be on internet now. It's gonna kill my battery. It's just started raining, so I quickly made a coffee, chucked a load of wood on the fire, and now the wind's swirling around. It's still coming from sort of the east to west, and the basher's facing the east, so it's stopping all the wind, but I keep getting these swells. As you can see, it blows the smoke everywhere. Still got plenty of firewood left. I've had my dinner. There should be a coffee down there somewhere. There it is. There's a coffee. Been on 2 meters, talking to people with the handset. Not much really to update, apart from I extended the stick there on the roof, and I changed the back loop. Now it goes from string to a big long stick and then tied off to the ground, so it's holding that up, give me a little bit more space, probably another foot of space. And where it started to rain, I tied down that side there, right there. That was up there, but I've tied it down just to the tree, just to close off the gap a little bit. Obviously I don't want anything splashing me through the night. Still got my bags there. Got my fleece on now because it was getting chilly earlier when I was walking around. But this wool blanket inside here is brilliant. It's actually warm to the touch. I don't think I need an underquilt. I got out earlier, attended to the fire, came back in, and all the tarp was nice and warm. Where normally, well, like this up here, it's cold. But yeah, the wool blanket really does keep the heat. So that's it really. Just gonna sit here now. Go on Facebook, go on YouTube, might watch a film, don't know. Drink my coffee. Don't want to forget that. I'll swing in from the hammock. Yeah. Cheers. Right, YouTube. It's 12:30. I'm going to bed. I've been dozing on and off for the past couple of hours. Just chuck some more logs on the fire. It's been raining off and on. Still sort of raining now. The wind won't make its mind up what it's doing. So it's still constantly blowing sort of like into the basher. So I'm sheltered from it, but every now and then we keep getting these swells which keep blowing the smoke everywhere. The little solar light has just gone off, so I got a good 6 hours out of that. So that's definitely worth money. I think I paid a £5 for that off Fleabay, but it lit up in here nicely, and it's enough to go to sleep to without sort of keeping you awake. So when I was dozing off, I woke up and it was light, so I wasn't sort of in the dark. But then again, I charged it up weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago when I first got it, and it's been in the bag ever since. It only had about half hour today to top it up, and by the time I got it out the bag, it wasn't exactly sunny. I'm now in my fleece liner, sleeping bag liner thing, and there's the British Army cotton sheet. I didn't get the sleeping bag out, and I didn't get the bivvy bag out. I don't trust the zip on this tarp, on the hammock, the zip around the bivvy bag. I don't think I need it, although the fire's going. It's probably what's keeping me warm. I just don't think I need the bivvy bag. And I was only going to use the sleeping bag as an underquilt, and I don't need that. It's snug enough laying on this warm blanket. So that's it really. Oh, it's decided to come back on, and it goes off when I put the light on it. That's it really. I'm not wet, there's no water getting in or dripping down onto the hammock. I'm dry, warm, toasty, all the heat from the fire's coming straight in. Still got wood left, so if I do wake up early hours in the morning, I can chuck a few on. So that's it really. I'm gonna get my head down now, and I'll probably catch you in the morning. Oh yeah, we keep getting a fox, massive fox. Never seen a fox as big as the one tonight. Keeps coming over and trying to investigate me. Used to get foxes quite a lot where I used to work, and one used to take jam sandwiches out of my hand and digestive biscuits. I used to take I don't know, ham and cheese sandwiches for myself and jam for the fox, because the ex I was with at the time said to me one day about jam sandwiches. I said, I don't like them. She said, "Why have you been taking to work for a year?" I said, "Either for the fox." Every day or every night around midnight, this fox used to come and be fed for me. Bless it. Never seen such a tame fox, but the one tonight is massive. It's big. I wouldn't want to be feeding that out of my hand. Right, well, bid you good night. All the soil over there, if I can get light on it. All the soil there that come out of the fire pit, half of it's dry now, so it's like two-tone soil. And that's it really. Good night, and I'll catch you all in the morning. A better look now. I've got the headlight on full, so I've got a couple lying the other way at the bottom to the ones on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. About 14 big logs, plus all those there as a backup reserve if I need to burn them. Right, 12:30, just gone. I'm away to my bed. Good night, YouTube. See you in the morning.